The episode begins with strong energy right from the first moment. Everyone has gathered, but there is already tension in the air. Latisha and Marsau walk in with serious faces, and you can tell that things are not normal today. They look uncomfortable, and it feels like something heavy is about to happen. As the group sits down, the energy gets tighter. Latisha has a lot on her mind, and Marsau is watching everything carefully, like he already knows trouble is coming. From the first few seconds, the whole scene feels charged, and you can tell the day will not be peaceful. The lunch with Latisha becomes the first big moment. She wants to talk to Nell Fletcher about past issues. She wants answers about cheating rumors and wants to confront everything once and for all. But the interesting part is how differently both women handle the conversation. Latisha walks in with nervous energy. She moves a lot, she talks fast, and she looks unsure about how to start the topic. Her body is restless, and she keeps looking around like she is searching for the right way to speak. Nell, on the other hand, is completely calm. She sits with her leg crossed, relaxed, and she looks like nothing can shake her. Even when Latisha asks sharp questions, Nell does not get upset. She smiles, she laughs a little, and she keeps her voice soft and steady. Her calm presence changes the whole room because people do not know how to react to someone who does not get emotional in chaos. This calm energy from Nell is so powerful that everyone else in the room feels it. It forces people to act different. Even the audience can see the shift. Nell does not fight, she does not raise her voice, she does not argue in a loud way. She simply exists with confidence, and that alone pulls control to her side. It shows why she is seen as one of the strongest personalities on the show. Her behavior during the lunch becomes the center of attention because she manages conflict without losing her cool. Every little movement she makes feels controlled and strong, and that becomes one of the biggest highlights of the episode. Kimmy, however, has her own energy in the room. She wants to be the leader, the one who guides everyone. She invites people, disinvites them, calls them back, sets the tone, and tries to be the one in control. But when Nell enters the picture with her calm but powerful energy, Kimmy's controlling nature clashes with it. Kimmy wants everyone to follow her direction, but Nell does not respond to force or pressure. This creates one of the biggest underlying tensions in the episode. Kimmy feels challenged because someone else has a natural leadership presence without trying too hard. You can see this challenge clearly in Kimmy's reactions, her tone, and her attempts to manage the conversation. Destiny enters the scene next, and she brings her usual mix of calm and chaos. She always tries to mediate, but somehow she ends up stirring the pot without meaning to. The moment she walks in with Will the barber, the entire room shifts again. People look confused, surprised, and even entertained. Ken and Latisha look shocked. Lance's face says everything without words. Destiny makes an entrance that nobody expected, and her presence adds another layer of tension, excitement, and confusion to the group. She tries to act neutral, but her reactions show that she feels the pressure around her. Then the men arrive. Martel walks in looking sharp and controlled. His energy is quiet but strong. He does not need to do much because his presence alone grabs attention. He observes everyone, listens to every word, and waits for the right moments to speak or react. Marsau enters with his usual charm and sense of humor. He tries to calm things down with jokes and friendly greetings, but at the same time, he keeps watching the room, trying to understand the shifts happening between the women. Maurice reacts openly, showing every emotion on his face as the drama unfolds. Will the barber adds boldness with his lifestyle and personality. When he talks about his poly life and how destiny might fit in, the whole room reacts with surprise. His confidence brings another twist to the story. But the main event of this episode is the face-off between Nell and the trio of Latisha, Destiny, and Kimmy. Latisha tries hard to get a reaction from Nell. She asks questions, moves around, raises her voice a little, and tries to push Nell into a heated moment. But Nell stays calm, collected, and strong. She does not bend or break. She does not argue in a wild way. She simply holds her ground with firm but quiet power. Latisha becomes frustrated because she cannot get the reaction she wants. Nell's calmness actually makes Latisha even more emotional. At one point, Latisha looks completely lost on how to respond because Nell refuses to fight in the way she expected. Nell then sets a boundary that changes everything. She tells Latisha clearly not to involve her granddaughter in the conversation. The moment she says this, her tone changes. It becomes serious, strong, and unshakable. She makes it clear that there are certain lines that people should not cross, and her words show that she is in full control of her emotions. That single moment becomes one of the most powerful scenes of the entire episode. Kimmy tries to step in and mediate, but she actually makes things more messy. She pushes Latisha to say things she is not sure about. She tries to direct the flow of the conversation, thinking she can manage the situation, but again, Nell does not respond the way Kimmy expects. Destiny also tries to help, but her words come out confused and jumbled, adding to the chaos instead of helping. The room becomes loud and tense. People talk over each other, emotions rise, but through all of it, Nell stays steady. The biggest shock of this part comes when Kimmy tries to intimidate Nell by saying, "Don't make me dunk your ass in that pool." This line shifts the energy in a huge way. Kimmy tries to use aggression, but Nell doesn't even flinch. She holds her ground. She doesn't yell back. She doesn't threaten. Her calmness becomes her strength, and it shows that aggression cannot shake someone who is confident from the inside. Then comes the moment when Nell pushes Destiny slightly, and Kimmy falls back like a domino. The moment is unexpected and becomes one of the most talked about scenes of the episode because Kimmy loses balance. It shows that even the loudest voices can stumble when faced with quiet strength. The men watch everything from a distance. Marsau laughs at the chaos. Maurice reacts with shock at every turn. Martel stays still and observant, studying every detail with a calm face. Their reactions add humor and seriousness at the same time. They are not in the middle of the drama, but their presence adds balance to the scene. Later, the group goes back inside, and the mood changes again. Kimmy tries to apologize to Nell because she recognized she went too far. She explains her short fuse and how her past shaped her reactions to conflict. Nell listens calmly, accepts the apology, but still keeps her energy firm. She does not allow herself to be pushed or controlled. Latisha, however, refuses to apologize, still feeling frustrated and overwhelmed by the earlier events. The episode continues showing how every personality reacts under pressure. Nell shows playful moments where she laughs and jokes, but she can switch to serious in a second when someone crosses a line. Kimmy shows vulnerability that fans have never clearly seen before. Latisha shows how she struggles with intense conflict. Destiny tries to mediate but gets tangled in the tension. Martel stays calm and strategic. Marsau uses humor to deal with stress. Maurice brings open reactions. Will the barber introduces boldness with his lifestyle and reactions. Every part of the episode shows a new side of each cast member. Every glance, every small movement, every tone shift adds another layer to the story. This episode becomes a lesson in boundaries, confidence, emotional control, and personal power. It shows how some people stay calm under pressure, while others react quickly. It shows how aggression does not always win, and how quiet confidence can be the strongest force in the room. This episode also shows how reconciliation can happen after chaos. Latisha apologizes, Nell responds with grace. The group slowly calms down, but tensions still stay under the surface, waiting for future episodes to bring them out again. By the end of the episode, viewers get a full picture of how deep and complex the dynamics are in Love and Marriage Huntsville. The personalities, the emotions, the strategies, the misunderstandings, the reactions, everything mixes together to create a dramatic and unforgettable experience. Nell stands out as the calm alpha. Kimmy reveals both strength and weakness. Latisha shows her struggle with pressure. Destiny shows her limits. Martel and Marcel bring humor, control, and observation. Maurice brings open reactions. Will the barber brings boldness and surprise. Every moment matters, every word creates a new shift, and every person shows something real about themselves. This episode becomes one of the strongest examples of how reality TV can show human nature in action. Power, fear, confidence, control, vulnerability, humor, and chaos all in one place. The episode keeps building as more moments reveal the deeper issues between the cast members. Even after the main lunch confrontation, the energy does not settle. When the group moves to the next scene, Latisha is still carrying the frustration from earlier. She keeps replaying the moment in her head, wondering why Nell didn't give her the reaction she wanted. Her body language shows it clearly. She talks fast, her hands move a lot, and she looks unsure about how to get support. It becomes obvious that Latisha is used to people reacting quickly when she raises her voice, but Nell's calm responses threw her completely off balance. This frustration follows Latisha into every scene that comes next. Kimmy continues trying to manage everything, but her efforts feel heavier now. She wants to keep control of the environment, but she also knows she went too far. The apology she gave to Nell was sincere, but it did not erase the fact that she let her emotions take over. Her vulnerability in these scenes adds another layer to her character because she shows that